Hi everyone! Welcome to my very first Usborne Books and More launch party, as now I have become a consultant. Just to kind of tell you a little bit about how that all happened. Basically, I just had a friend named Shelly who had asked me to host her party. I said, oh sure, no problem. And then I just started looking around and I realized how many actual Usborne books I had, like a lot. As most of you guys know who have been with me for a while, friends and family, I've been a teacher for 8 years total in the public school system, and little stints in between of being a stay-at-home mom, and then now I'm back to being a stay-at-home mom slash homeschooling mom to Derek, who is my second grader, and of course we have Asher now, who just turned 1. So as I started looking around, I realized, gosh, I have a lot of these books, and I used them in the classroom for so many years, especially when I taught gifted kids, and we're using them at home all the time. So why am I not selling these again? Because I love them and I really believe in them. I'm not much of a salesperson. I always did really well in the food service industry because I believe in food. But I realize I do believe in literacy. And so here I am. I'm selling Usborne books. So guys, I'm so happy that you're here. I do want to take an opportunity real quick just to kind of let you know how this is going to go. So you're going to see some numbered posts either by me or by my friend Kimberly, who is kind of helping me out here. She's kind of getting me going. So you'll see some numbered posts and you'll just follow those numbers. Even if you don't log in right at 8:30, which we really hope you do, if you come back and you just missed it for a minute or you didn't update your page, you can see those posts as they're numbered. Most of those posts are going to have an opportunity for you to make a comment, and that's going to enter you in a raffle prize for some free stuff. So just make sure that you're following along with that. While I have you, and this will be short and sweet, I just want to show you some of our favorite Usborne books that we've received, that I've had for many years, and then I also want to show you something else. So first and foremost, if any of you guys know my son, Derek, or you've seen pictures of him on Facebook or kind of followed us, you know that he is kind of a science junkie, and also he just loves to learn and loves to read. I actually seem to believe that all children really do love to learn. It's how they're taught and what's presented to them that gives them that passion about what they're learning, or that boredom factor that we see a lot in kids who are just not being stimulated. So again, one of the reasons why I really love these books. So my son's current obsession is all things pocketbooks. These are some that I actually bought at an Usborne book party several years ago. I bought these two, probably 2 years ago for him. This was pocketbooks of birds, pocketbooks of insects, and then I recently earned these on my party that I had with Shelly, which I've already given to him. As you can see, he's already like dog-eared things. Let's see what he has in here. I've heard all about all of these animals over the last couple days. Okay, red corn snake is what he's currently like obsessed with. We saw one of these in the yard a couple of months ago. Anyway, what I love about these books is it's fact files. It tells about the predators and whether they're on the endangered species list. It goes through just so much stuff. So any kid that you know that really loves animals, whether it be your own child or if you're giving this as a gift for someone, mammals, insects, birds, reptiles, there's even some that I don't have yet, even talking about like the wonders of the world and cities and all kinds of cool stuff. So these are great pocketbooks and also under $5, so that's great. This we use a lot just in our homeschool classroom. I also had it in my gifted classroom when I taught in public school. This is the Illustrated Elementary Science Dictionary. This is really great, especially for those younger kids who are learning those very basics of science. So it goes everything from looking at seeds and how they develop. It comes through air pressure and weather. It goes all the way to simple machines and energy and all kinds of good stuff like this. So as you can see, and it's all illustrated, which I love because I'm a visual learner. A lot of kids learn so much better when they see pictures and kind of how things work. Just to kind of show you some of these things here. So this is a great upkeep for your home library, or, you know, whoever you're buying for. Okay, so early on, when Derek was very, very young, I came to Usborne parties. Sometimes they were actually at people's houses or on Facebook, which was really great. And I started buying these books for him, not even really knowing what Usborne was, just knowing that these were amazing books. And these are those big books of. Okay, so this is the big book of sea creatures. I think we've had this since Derek was maybe 2 or 3, when his kind of animal obsession started. And check this out, y'all. Like, I'm just going to hide myself because it's so big. I mean, how great is this? I mean, look at this. You can really see almost, you know, as a scale drawing, how these animals match up with one another. Really just great stuff. So they're very interactive, very easy to read. You know, even if you don't have a reader per se, an emergent reader or a fluent reader, because Derek was little when we got this. He was looking at pictures and he was like, Mom, what's that? What's that? What's that? Of course, it was me going, blue marlin, you know, Atlantic sailfish. And then we'd open it up and we'd see these just incredible things, you know, just really, really great stuff. So reading to your child does help a lot until, of course, they're able to have that fluent readership on their own. So Big Book of Trains, I remember getting this for him when he was 4 because we moved to a house that had a train track and he just became really excited about trains. So I know that some of you guys have boys and girls in your life that would really, really love this. Okay, again, opens wide up, huge double pages, just so, so great. They don't call it a big book for nothing. Big Book of Bugs. I actually had to get this back from my mother who stole it from me. And I was visiting her in Jacksonville last week at Thanksgiving, and I had to steal it back from her because it's one of her favorite books to read to her grandkids, my nieces and nephews, and of course Derek himself. So I had to steal that back from her, but I'll give it back. Okay, so also one of those books that I got very, very early on with Derek was the Busy Car book. And this is great. I have literally had this for probably 6 years. I think his Derek was really little. Maybe 5 years. I don't know. Anyway, but just look what a great condition it's in. And he has played with this book over and over and over again. Here's what's great about it. So as you're reading the book, okay, this is going to be kind of hard for me to show you on this, but it's got this little pullback card. Okay. And as you're reading the book, you pull it back and you put it on this little track that's on the inside. I don't know if you guys can see that here. Put it on the little track, and as you're reading it to your child, it very easily goes across the track. How great is that? Okay, it's kind of hard to do because I'm holding it up. Of course, it would be flat on the surface. Can you guys see that? Oh my gosh, and he loves it. And I remember I lost this little car for like a few weeks, and he flipped out. Well, thankfully we found it. It was no big deal. And what I love about it is it just stays right here. You know, so when we put it on our bookshelf, we know where it is and we don't lose it again. Okay, so fast forward now. We're older. We're learning a lot. He's now into like studying Greeks and Romans in the ancient world because we're homeschooled and we have that flexibility, and we're kind of doing this classical education timeline thing. And we have these internet-linked Usborne books about Greeks. Okay, I picked this up a long time ago. Actually, I think somebody gave this to me, but that doesn't matter. The point is that we're using it and he loves it. I have another video that I will show you about how the internet link works that I recorded 2 weeks ago of him just using it during the class. So, I mean, just really, really great stuff. Of course, this is higher order thinking here. I mean, some really good readers that you have, but even if you have an early reader, they can still use the internet links if they're interested in Greeks. I mean, that's just kind of how that works. The Usborne internet linked Ancient World book, okay? This one is really great. Same thing, vibrant pictures, lots of information. And by internet linked, we're basically just saying there is a link inside the book, and you go to that quick link, and then it gives you all kinds of really cool interactive stuff to do on the computer that complements the book, and it even goes like page by page, section by section. So we use this a lot. Because we're studying all that stuff, we're doing a lot of geography. I know that your kids in the private, public, or homeschool areas, you're going to be introducing them to a lot of geography, hopefully. And if they're not getting it directly in the classroom, then give it to them at home, because if you know your place in the world, you're going to be much better off, right? So this is probably one of the best books I've ever owned, hands down, as far as just introducing Derek to all kinds of geography. We do geography every day of the week, and this has really helped a lot. This is the complete encyclopedia world atlas. What I love about it is not only does it tell about different areas of the world, it actually gives facts for what's going on in those areas of the world, where we can find volcanoes, for instance, different people groups, which is great, ecosystems in those different areas, and then of course the entire back of the book is just tells you how to use the maps. And then of course it's all of the maps, maps of South America, and it really hones in on different areas so that it's easy to see and spot some of those areas you're not going to see necessarily on a globe. You know, just in a kid's globe or an interactive globe. This just really pinpoints lots of areas. So we were trying to find Crete the other day, which is this tiny, tiny little like island outside of Greece. We found it in here, which was awesome. Okay, and last, some of these little interactive books that we have, things that we use all the time. These are great for, hey, we've had enough screen time today, let's do some activities. And Derek uses Doodle a Day every day. This is his morning warm-up. He does handwriting practice, cursive, and then he does a doodle a day. This just kind of gets his brain warmed up and going. Just really fun stuff. He tears out the pages when he's done, and he puts it in his own little kind of cubby area so he can keep track of what he's been doing. Just fun little ways to doodle, kind of get your brain juices going. We have picture puzzles, which is so fun. These are also great, guys, if you're traveling, if you're in the car. Okay. Secret codes. This is super fun, especially if you have somebody that's kind of into that whole like spy thing, you know. It's all about decoding and just doing all these fun little different things. Suspected enemy agent, you know. He hasn't had an opportunity to work in this book yet because it's fairly new for us, but I know that he's really going to enjoy it, all this cool decoding stuff. Yeah, that's awesome. He doesn't know about this one yet either. But this is the Optical Illusions book, and this is going to be so great because he loves those things that kind of trick the eyes, and so this gives us all kinds of cool ways to have those optical illusions. I don't know about you guys, but I used to love those posters that you like put your nose up to it and you back up and you see a picture, so this is all about that kind of cool stuff. So I think that would be awesome. All right, I'm going to leave you alone. Enjoy the party. Please post if you have any questions. Either myself or Kimberly will be happy to answer those for you. And again, thanks for coming.